culture.
I worked with Charlie ever since he came. He didn't initially report to me when he joined in '95, but he did a few years after that, after I guess the debacle and the reorgs of the late '90s. He ended up in my group, and I was very happy about that because I've always been interested in documentation and I wanted to be more involved. And Charlie and I got to be a great team.
For that.
And it's been a pleasure working with Charlie. When you first join Altera, for those of you who came after Charlie was here, you rapidly find out who he is and develop an impression. Initial impression is
Not necessarily positive.
probably fear is the first emotion that comes over you when you meet Charlie.
Don't forget the loathing.
Right. Well, it usually doesn't lead to loathing, although that probably happened in some cases. But oftentimes you'll get an email from Charlie telling you how to file an SPR.
Ooh, I sent out a few of those.
So many of us were trained by Charlie in how to file SPRs to the betterment of the company.
Trained a couple of writers that way too.
Yeah. Charlie would make a great teacher. He's a person who's very, very detailed, has extremely high standards, loves to tell, express the best practices for how to do just about anything.
In other words, don't worry, I'll tell you how to do it.
That's right. Well, Charlie's one of those people who I think wouldn't accept any limitation on what he can do. He's done many things in his life. He could probably point to just about anyone in Altera and say, if I tried, I could do that person's job. In the past, he's written software, he's developed, he's done graphics, he's done documentation, he's done logistics, he's put on multimedia productions. What have you not done? I don't know.
What have I not done?
He's done various technical things. He's done artistic things. He's into photography right now. That's an artistic pursuit. So he's the guy who will become interested in and pursue just about anything, and will achieve it. And so I have absolutely no doubt that in his retirement he will find lots of things to do. He'll never be bored. He'll discover new things to learn how to do and to become good at it, and he'll be well entertained and productive in his retirement.
I just got notes, I'm in trouble.
I knew I would blank out. So. All right. So over the years, Charlie's taught me a number of lessons and helped me sort of take some things to heart that I ought to have learned elsewhere, but didn't really appreciate. The most important thing that Charlie always emphasizes, not only to me but also to many of you, is that you've got to sort of think of the fundamental reasons why you're doing what you're doing. And in our case, it's the fundamental reason why we do what we're doing is the customer. So you got to think about how what you're doing affects the customer. Does it serve the customer? Are you doing it because it's easier and taking the easy way out, following the path of least resistance, or are you doing it because it's better for the customer? That kind of attitude, I think, leads to much better, more efficient work, but also just more intelligent work across the board. And I try to apply that in everything that I do. Charlie has high standards for everything that he does. He hates to see anyone do mediocre or shabby work. He won't tolerate it in himself or in me or in you. He is uninhibited about telling anyone his impressions of things regardless of their power and status. I've been the beneficiary of that many times.
And it's across organizations as well.
There are some people like Misha who don't always appreciate the they get, but I do. I've learned a lot from Charlie, and I'm a different man than I was 10 years ago, and Charlie is one of the reasons why. And I really appreciate all the interactions that we've had and all the hard work that we've done together and all the good times we've had together. So, to Charlie and his retirement.